Secrets buried too deep are now resurfacing. The juxtaposition between Nathan's careful secrecy and the FBI's relentless investigation increases suspense, making viewers feel the pressure closing in from all sides. Even the smallest details heighten the tension. A cup of coffee left untouched, a flickering light in Nathan's office. The distant sound of footsteps in empty corridors serve as subtle reminders that he is no longer in control. These quiet moments, paired with strategic camera angles, create a sense of foreboding that grips the audience without showing a single face. The section ends with a chilling, faceless close-up. Nathan standing by a window, the dim light casting long shadows, his reflection fragmented across the glass. The camera lingers on his hands, tightening around a folder marked confidential. Text overlay appears. The truth Nathan Pryce has hidden for years is finally coming to light, and Heartland will never be the same. The suspenseful music crescendos, leaving viewers eager for Section 4, where the FBI's investigation begins to seethe. Quiet calm of Heartland Ranch is shattered, not by loud noises or obvious chaos, but by the silent, unrelenting pressure of the law closing in. The FBI is no longer just a shadow on the horizon, they are moving in, carefully, methodically, leaving nothing to chance. Faceless shots show agents slipping through the ranch grounds, checking locks, scanning the perimeter, and photographing documents left in plain sight. Every movement is precise, professional, and intentional. A stark contrast to Nathan's increasingly frantic attempts to maintain control. Nathan senses it. He feels the invisible weight pressing on him, even before seeing the agents. Faceless reenactments show him pacing through hallways, adjusting files, and double-checking security cameras. His calm, polished exterior begins to crack. Every creak of a floorboard, every flicker of movement outside seems magnified. He glances at the hidden folder tucked behind a wall panel, his fingers lingering over the edge as if asking whether it will protect him or betray him. The tension is palpable. Knows the time for hiding is almost over. The investigation escalates quickly. Faceless visuals show FBI agents in an office stacked with evidence. Photographs, financial records, and notes connecting Nathan to secret meetings, unreported transactions, and possible alliances that no one in Heartland suspected. Strings connecting. Locations, dates, and names stretch across a wall in a chaotic yet methodical pattern. A visual web of secrets being unraveled. Text overlays appear. Every move is being tracked. Every secret is being revealed. The audience feels the pressure mounting, sensing that Nathan is surrounded, even if he doesn't yet know it fully. Back at the ranch, subtle signs show the growing tension affecting the Heartland family. Faceless reenactments depict Amy and Tim noticing unexplained movements, Lou hearing whispers behind closed doors, and small items out of place hinting at Nathan's hidden activities. The music underlines the growing and soft at first, then building into a tense, pulsing rhythm, signaling that the FBI's investigation is nearing a critical moment. Nathan's attempts to maintain composure grow more desperate. Faceless shots reveal him erasing files from his laptop, shoving documents into drawers, and checking the windows and doors one last time. Every movement is hurried, calculated, yet tinged with fear. The camera pans over these actions slowly, giving viewers a sense of both his meticulous planning and his growing panic. It's a man who has lived in control for too long, suddenly realizing he is no longer the one holding the cards. The scene shifts briefly to the FBI agents. What started piecing together Nathan's secret timeline? They discuss quietly in shadows, their body language revealing intensity and determination. Quick flashes of their surveillance notes, photos, and files highlight their methodical approach, letting viewers sense the growing inevitability of confrontation. Text overlays warn, no secret stays hidden forever. The section closes with a faceless, dramatic shot of Nathan standing in the center of the ranch office, the hidden folder now clutched tightly in his hands. Outside, the faint sound of the FBI's vehicles approaching signals that the walls are closing in. The camera lingers on Nathan's tense posture, the shadows stretching across the room like the grip of the investigation itself. Text overlay. appears. The FBI is closer than ever. Nathan's secrets won't stay buried for long. The suspenseful music swells and fades, leaving viewers anxious and ready for Section 5, where Heartland's family begins to feel the emotional fallout of Nathan's hidden truths. Lou's in. Even before the FBI steps through the ranch gates, ripples of Nathan Pryce's hidden life are already hitting Heartland. Secrets have a way of poisoning trust quietly, almost invisibly, and the ranch family begins to sense that all is not as it seems. Faceless reenactments show Amy pausing mid-task, her hand hovering over a stack of papers, a subtle frown crossing, her face as if she's piecing together fragments of a puzzle. Tim's movements are slow, distracted, glances toward Nathan's office more than once, noticing details that seem off, a door slightly ajar, a shadow moving where it shouldn't. Lou's brow furrows as he overhears hushed whispers and sees files, mysteriously tucked away. The tension isn't just in the hidden secrets. It's in the uncertainty. Faceless shots of empty rooms, the swaying of a chair left untouched, and papers scattered on the floor create an atmosphere where even the most ordinary moments feel charged. The ranch itself becomes a silent witness, holding its breath as the weight of Nathan's actions starts to touch everyone. A close-up of a door creaking slightly open, a flicker of light across a hallway, or a shadow stretching across the barn emphasizes the omnipresence of unease. Amy begins to piece together subtle clues that hint at Nathan's deception. Faceless. Shots depict her discovering unusual financial documents tucked behind ordinary files. A stack of letters that never made sense before, and text messages carefully hidden on a phone. Each discovery is paired with tense, atmospheric music, emphasizing the growing anxiety. Every reaction is deliberate, but understated. No shouting, no confrontation yet. Just the quiet horror of realizing that someone they trusted has been hiding a darker side. Meanwhile, emotional stakes are heightened by the subtle interplay. Between family members, Tim exchanges worried glances with Lou, both sensing that the calm of Heartland is cracking. Faceless reenactments show whispered conversations, small gestures of reassurance, and moments of silent contemplation, all signaling that trust has been shaken and that the family is bracing for impact. Viewers feel the tension because the ordinary warmth of Heartland contrasts sharply with the shadows creeping into their lives. Even the environment mirrors the emotional strain. Horses stamp nervously, wind rattles barn doors, and birds scatter. From nearby trees, visual cues that symbolize the disturbance caused by Nathan's hidden truths. These cinematic touches reinforce the emotional weight of secrecy, reminding the audience that the fallout of deception reaches far beyond the individual committing it. The section ends with a faceless, dramatic composition. Amy standing by a window, hands gripping the sill, her reflection fractured in the glass. The ranch behind her seems still, but the unease is palpable. Text overlay appears. Heartland is on the edge. Nathan's secrets are tearing at the bonds that hold them together. The suspenseful music builds to a quiet, tense pause, leaving viewers anxious for the next section, where the FBI finally moves closer and Nathan's hidden world begins to unravel in full view. The calm of Heartland. Ranch shatters as the FBI's presence becomes undeniable. Vehicles glide silently across the gravel, agents' shadows stretching long in the fading sunlight. Faceless shots capture their methodical approach, gloved hands adjusting evidence bags, flashlights scanning the ground, ears tuned to every sound. Camera pans slowly across their focused movements, emphasizing their precision and the inevitability of the confrontation. Nathan Pryce, unaware of the exact moment, senses the storm gathering outside. Inside the ranch, Nathan's movements become almost frantic, yet measured and expert at hiding panic. Faceless reenactments show him shuffling papers, sliding confidential files into hidden compartments, and checking surveillance cameras with sharp, quick glances. Every flicker of his shadow in the dim light, every nervous tap on the desk, signals a man realizing that his time to control the narrative is slipping away. The tension builds with every frame, leaving viewers on edge as Nathan's calm facade begins to crack. Outside, the agents split into tactical positions. Their movements are synchronized, silent, like predators closing in on prey. Quick cuts show hands on radios, feet stepping carefully across the grass, and eyes scanning every possible exit. Text overlay flashes. No secret can escape the law. No lie lasts forever. The music intensifies. A pulsing beat that mirrors the racing heartbeat of Nathan as he senses the walls closing in. Inside the house, Heartland's family feels the pressure without fully understanding it. Faceless shots show Amy glancing nervously toward Nathan's office, Tim moving cautiously through corridors, and Lou pausing mid-step as if sensing the storm approaching. The suspense is amplified through subtle visual cue shadows cast by moving objects, doors left slightly open, and the faintest creak of floorboards reminding viewers that danger is imminent, even if it remains unseen. Nathan Pryce always seemed calm, confident, untouchable. But what if everything you thought you knew about him was a lie? Behind the charming smile and polite conversations, Nathan has been hiding secrets that could change everything for Heartland and the people he claims to care about. And now, the FBI is closing in. They've been watching, investigating, and waiting for the right moment to expose the truth. This is a story of betrayal, tension, and shocking revelations that the morning air at Heartland Ranch feels heavier than usual. The wind whispers through the trees, carrying an unusual tension across the fields. Nathan Pryce is seen walking in the shadows, his movements careful, almost rehearsed. Every glance over his shoulder, every pause at a closed door hints that something is not right. He seems calm, but beneath that composed exterior, anxiety simmers like a storm waiting to break. Faceless shots show Nathan opening a drawer and pulling out a thick folder, its edges worn from constant handling. Papers. Inside are marked confidential, with scribbled notes that suggest hidden dealings no one else knows about. The camera lingers on the folder, zooming in slowly, while suspenseful music builds, making viewers question what secrets lie within. Cut to the Heartland Ranch entrance. In the distance, two FBI agents step out of a black SUV, briefcases in hand, scanning the property with professional alertness. Their presence is subtle, almost ghost-like, but there is an unmistakable weight in the air now. These agents are not here for a routine check. They are here to uncover truths that Nathan has tried desperately to hide. The scene shows their careful approach, moving quietly through the grounds, checking windows and doors, noting everything in their meticulous notebooks. The tension is palpable. Each creak of a gate, each rustle of leaves adds to the suspense, making the viewer feel as if the walls themselves are holding secrets. Meanwhile, inside the house, Amy and Tim are going about their morning routine, unaware of the storm brewing outside. Yet subtle signs hint that all is not normal. Lou passes by the ranch office, notices a slightly open drawer, and frowns a small detail that hints at disruption without revealing too much. Text overlay flashes briefly on the screen. Something is about to come to light that will shake Heartland to its core. The music crescendos as Nathan closes the folder and hides it behind a loose panel in the office wall. This action is quick, practiced, and almost imperceptible, but for the attentive viewer, it signals that Nathan is hiding something critical. Cut back to the FBI agents, who have paused near the ranch entrance. One agent speaks softly into a radio, coordinating with someone unseen. Target is in the main house, proceeding with caution. The words are low, deliberate, carrying a sense of urgency and danger. Shadowed shots of Nathan moving across the hallway show him glancing at the front door as if sensing an unspoken threat. His demeanor remains outwardly calm, but there's a subtle tremor in his hand. Barely noticeable, yet it tells the story of a man who knows the walls are closing in. The cold open ends with a close-up of Nathan's eyes in the dim light, reflecting fear, calculation, and the weight of secrets that have been buried for far too long. On-screen text appears. Nathan Pryce's hidden truths are about to be revealed, and no one will be prepared for the fallout. Suspenseful music fades into a low hum, leaving viewers on edge, curious, and ready to dive into the next section. No one saw coming. For weeks, subtle signs around Heartland have hinted that something isn't right. Nathan Pryce, once seen as a friendly face who blends seamlessly into the ranch's everyday life, has been acting strangely. Simple routines, now feel off. Conversations seem layered with hidden meanings. And small actions that once seemed harmless now take on a sinister tone. Faceless shots show Nathan meeting unknown visitors in quiet corners of the property, exchanging briefcases, or whispering over the phone late at night. The camera never shows faces, only the tension in body language, the quick glances over shoulders, and hands nervously shifting documents. Small details that speak volumes to the careful viewer. Amy is the first to notice that something has changed. Faceless reenactments show her pausing mid-task, overhearing a hushed phone call. The words too muffled to understand, yet heavy with implication. She frowns, glancing toward Nathan's office, her instincts telling her that this is bigger than a simple misunderstanding. Tim notices it too, though he chalks it up to stress until a stack of files Nathan left behind falls to the ground. Among them, a folder marked Urgent Private slips out, revealing cryptic notes that hint at financial dealings and unexplained transactions. Quick zoom-ins on the papers highlight phrases like offshore account, unreported transfer, and meeting at 2,300 hours, leaving viewers with a growing sense of intrigue. Meanwhile, the FBI's investigation intensifies behind the scenes. Shadowed shots show agents reviewing documents, tracking movements, and piecing together a timeline of Nathan's actions. Each new revelation raises more questions. Why has Nathan been so secretive? What is he hiding from Heartland? And more importantly, from the law? Faceless visuals of a wall covered in strings connecting photos, files, and maps create a cinematic tension, giving the audience a visual representation of the unfolding investigation. Text overlay flashes. Every secret has a trail, and the FBI is following it. Even the ranch animals seem to sense the unease. Horses paw nervously, dogs growl at unseen threats, and birds scatter from the trees, symbolic signs that something is amiss. The camera lingers on these details, building an atmosphere where even the environment feels like it's holding its breath. Cut to a close-up of Nathan in his office, sitting at the desk, face unseen. His hands tremble slightly as he shuffles through papers, as if trying to erase traces of his secrets. Outside, the faint sound of tires crunching gravel signals the arrival of someone, perhaps a visitor, perhaps an agent. The tension ratchets higher with each second, the viewer's heartbeat sinking with Nathan's growing anxiety. Faceless reenactments show Nathan checking the locks on doors and windows, crooning at security cameras, and quickly hiding more documents. These careful, deliberate actions hint that Nathan knows his time of hiding is limited. The section ends with a suspenseful pause. The camera pans slowly over the ranch, showing both Nathan and the approaching agents from opposing angles. Text overlay appears. Nathan Pryce's hidden life is unraveling, but the truth will shock Heartland beyond belief. The suspenseful music swells, leaving viewers teetering between anticipation and dread. Perfectly setting up the next stage of revelation in Section 3, Nathan Pryce has always projected control, the image of a man who knows exactly what he's doing. But behind that mask, a different story is unfolding, one no one in Heartland could have imagined. Faceless shots show him moving through dimly lit rooms, papers and documents scattered around him like breadcrumbs of a hidden life. Every glance over his shoulder, every hushed whisper on the phone, builds the sense that he's guarding secrets far darker than casual mistakes. Quick cuts show encrypted messages on a laptop screen, coded numbers scribbled on notepads, and bank documents hidden in envelopes, details that hint at a web of deception stretching far beyond the ranch. Outside Nathan's office, Heartland's office. Normally, calm ranch begins to feel claustrophobic. Shadowed shots of the ranch fences, wind-blown leaves, and empty corridors mirror the tension growing inside Nathan. He meets faceless figures in abandoned corners, exchanging briefcases with subtle nods, all while maintaining a carefully rehearsed calm. The camera lingers on the small gestures, the tightening of his grip, at the pause before opening a folder, a flicker of fear in his movement that give away the man behind the mask. At the same time, subtle flashes of Heartland's family life remind viewers what's at stake. Faceless reenactments show Amy walking through the stables, noticing an envelope that doesn't belong, or Lou pausing as he hears muffled voices behind closed doors. Each discovery, however small, heightens the emotional weight of Nathan's secret life. The music rises with a sense of foreboding, signaling that Nathan's actions are not just personal, it could shatter the trust of the entire Heartland family. A closer look at Nathan's hidden dealings paints a chilling picture. Quick zoom-ins show names, dates, and transactions that don't align with his public image. The camera lingers on subtle hints, coded notations on receipts, lists of unaccounted funds, messages hinting at unknown alliances. Even the most loyal viewers start to question, how long has Nathan been hiding this? And what will happen when everything comes to light? Faceless reenactments dramatize his nervous behavior, checking doors, hiding files in unexpected places, and constantly scanning for unseen observers. Every move is calculated, every pause deliberate, signaling the desperation of a man who knows the walls are closing in. Meanwhile, the FBI begins piecing together the first fragments of Nathan's secret life. Faceless shots of agents analyzing, photographs connecting timelines with strings, and reviewing shadowed security footage builds cinematic tension. Text overlays flash across the screen. Secrets buried too deep are now resurfacing. The juxtaposition between Nathan's careful secrecy and the FBI's relentless investigation increases suspense, making viewers feel the pressure closing in from all sides. Even the smallest details heighten the tension. A cup of coffee left untouched. Nathan attempts a final act of concealment, gathers folders, shoves them behind loose panels, and erases traces on digital devices. Yet each action only increases the audience's anticipation. Every careful movement is a countdown to exposure. Faceless close-ups of his trembling hands and the tense set of his shoulders show fear mingling with desperation. The scene is silent, but charged, letting the visuals and music carry the weight of impending disaster. The FBI is moments away from entering the house. Faceless shots capture them, signaling to each other with subtle gestures, ready to move in. At a precise moment, outside, the sunlight casts long, dramatic shadows across the ranch, adding a cinematic layer of tension. A close-up of Nathan pausing by a window, staring at the approaching figures, conveys the gravity of the situation. The audience feels his fear, knowing the confrontation is unavoidable. The section concludes with a pulse-pounding cliffhanger. Faceless shots alternate between Nathan's anxious preparation and the agent's silent approach. Text overlay appears. The walls are closing in. Nathan Pryce's secrets are about to be exposed. Suspenseful music crescendos, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats, eagerly anticipating Section 7, where the ultimate revelation and cliffhanger unfold. The tension that has been quietly building across Heartland Ranch explodes in a moment of silent chaos. Faceless shots alternate rapidly between Nathan Pryce's anxious movements inside the house and the FBI agents nearing every entrance. Each second stretches endlessly, the creak of a door, the rustle of papers, the distant crunch of tires on gravel, amplifying the dread that Nathan's hidden truths are moments from exposure. The music is sharp, pulsing, almost synchronized with Nathan's racing heartbeat. Inside, Nathan clutches the hidden folder tightly, his hands trembling as he peers through a window at the agents. Every shadow outside seems alive, every movement magnified in his mind. Faceless reenactments show him shoving the last of his secret files behind a false panel. But his actions feel frantic, almost too late. He whispers to himself, barely audible, a mix of fear and defiance. Not yet. Not yet. The camera lingers on his tense posture, emphasizing the desperation of a man realizing that control is slipping outside. The FBI agents are poised, ready to move in at any moment. Faceless visuals show their careful coordination, hands signaling, radios clicking, eyes scanning every angle. They advance silently like predators, knowing that every second counts. Text overlay flashes. The truth cannot be hidden forever. The FBI is closing in. The combination of shadowed agents and Nathan's anxious pacing creates a cinematic tension that grips the audience, making them feel the pressure of the moment in every frame. The emotional stakes rise even higher as Heartland's family watches. From a distance, unaware of the precise danger, but sensing the impending storm. Faceless shots of Amy gripping the doorframe, Tim freezing mid-step, and Lou exchanging a worried glance heighten the suspense. Their concern is palpable even without words, creating a sense of anticipation for the audience. The fallout will touch everyone, not just Nathan. Suddenly, the silence is broken by a single, sharp sound, the faint click of a door opening. Nathan freezes. The camera cuts between his wide, tense hands and the approaching shadows of the agents. Faceless reenactments show him backing slowly toward the hidden panel, the folder now fully exposed, as if the final seconds of secrecy are slipping through his fingers. The music reaches a crescendo, a sharp, pulsating rhythm that mirrors the pounding of the audience's heart. The screen cuts to black. Text overlays appear dramatically. Nathan Pryce's secrets are about to be revealed. Will Heartland survive the truth? Find out in Heartland's 19 episode 70? The outro is accompanied by suspenseful, lingering music, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats. As a final text overlay encourages engagement. Subscribe for more shocking Heartland fanfiction. Comment below. What secret do you think Nathan has been hiding? This cliffhanger leaves everything unresolved in Nathan's fate. The family's reaction and the full consequences of his hidden life are all left for the next episode, ensuring viewers are desperate to continue the story.